Today is the ninth session of our market updates with Binni, and Binni is our invited trainer. She's been training and trading for more than 15 years. She's a SGX Academy trainer. So she has prepared quite a bit of data for us. So without further ado, we have Binni here to start the session. So Binni, when you're ready.
Hello, hi everyone. Thanks a lot for joining the session. And today is the last day of Chinese New Year, right? Wishing everybody a very nice, I wouldn't say nice, but specifically wealthy and healthy. Okay, healthy is very important. All right, so today I'll be sharing with you the market updates. And as what Zahan said, this is the ninth session, so I have another one more session left. That's towards the end of February. And nice to know that you guys are here. Okay, so before this, right, let me know what pairs you would like me to talk about, because I have about 30 minutes here. All right, so I want to maximize my pairs. Okay, so before that, let me just, while you gather what pairs you want me to share, wants me to discuss, I'm just going to flash the slides very quickly. Okay, so disclaimer, whatever that's covered here is for educational purpose. And then the disclaimer for my company, right, whatever that's covered here is also for educational purpose, not financial advice. Okay, and I think that you have attended my session. Is this the first time with me? If this is the first time with me, let me know by typing a 1 at the chat box, because this is how I usually would interact with you. But if you do like to contact me, okay, so this is the way to contact me. Number 1 is via this email. So this is the email that you can reach me. All right. The second is to go to YouTube, go to any of my videos. I mean, best if you can follow me. All right, because I do produce quite a lot of videos that's timely. And then just leave any of the message in the comment. I should be able to reach to you. Okay, because I read the comments every day. Okay, so just take some time to just search for aliens to Binni, or maybe just search for my name in YouTube. Then you should be able to see my video and follow me. All right, today I'll be talking about market summary. All right, a little bit more of the events, and then the indexes, the Forex and the gold, and also whichever that you would like me to discuss in this 30 minutes. I'll end the session probably around 12:30. Now, if you would like to get a demo account, you can go to this website or contact anyone from Philip, then they'll be able to guide you to get a MT4 demo account. Right. The reason why, I encourage also exploring understanding about Forex, about indexes, about commodity, is because I believe in doing what I call as a low-hanging fruits, because there are sometimes that certain markets are simply too tough, okay, especially when it's not trending. So recently, if you're doing into the the FX space or into the commodity space, then you know that gold, all right, gold has been moving very well and hit all-time high. Okay, and of course, this 1 and 2 weeks, all right, the Hong Kong market is doing also very well. So same thing, we don't need to focus on one instrument. We can just use the same method to, focus into many other instruments as and when that's easier to trade. And this is usually my style. So if you are with me in my community, you know that recently been doing a lot of Hong Kong HSI, Hong Kong shares, etc. Okay, so anything, please contact Philip CFDs. All right, so with this, let's take a look at the charts. So with this, the first one that I'm going to discuss is HSI. Okay, now I think that HSI is a hot topic because we've been talking about it, and my stand in HSI has always been that this is a correction of this upward movement. So this will be an upward movement, and then this is a correction. Just let me just confirm that I've shared everything properly. Yes, correct. Okay, so again, that this is a correction, and then if you see the Fibonacci retracement that I've drawn, okay, I've said that this is a 62%, which is a very good level for the retracement or the correction to end. Okay, the only thing is that previously it ended around here and then it rebound, and then this time it ended also around there. So I call this a retest. That means that if this is a support level, all right, then this would be the second test. Okay, so this was the first time they hit the support level. So this is the second time they hit the support level. Now, why is this important? Because if you know the way to confirm a support resistance, all right, one way to know that a particular support is confirmed is for price to test back that level again. I used to explain this via my lesson, all right? And one of the example I used was that when I was tracking in the port, all right? How do I know that in front when you're gonna step, right? When it's
Hi,
ice
Binni.
and
Do you
snow,
hear
right? How do you
us?
know that in front when you're tracking, you don't hit into countdown, you
Binni,
don't
are
step
you
in the
there?
countdown, right? So the idea is called retest. Okay, what is retest? Because when the first person step on it, all right, and then the person that step on it will know that there's a countdown because they'll say, oh, that's a countdown, right? When the second time that you step on it, all right, you can't see my screen? Okay, wait, just hang on for a while. Okay. Okay, I think that you should be able to see my screen. Okay, sorry for that. Oh, I thought that I was able to flash my slides because I double checked that. Okay, never mind. So let's continue. So the whole thing about this is that this is a retest. Okay, so this is the first time that it's tested here, and then this would be the second time. Okay, and it happens around the 62%. Right? So that's a good thing, right? Now, this time round, what is the difference between the previous round when it tested in the 62%? It went up and it hit the resistance, okay? And the resistance, so this is your resistance. Resistance is the place where there's like a supply going on, okay? So this resistance was a previous resistance level, okay? You can see that this was that previous resistance level, all right? Now, this time round, after the retest, after testing into almost the same level, all right, when it moved up, okay, what is the difference here? Okay, the difference is that this resistance, okay, the one that resisted previous round, okay, not only once, but twice. So this was the first time, this was the second time. This time round, what happened? Okay, that priced at right now trading above, okay, trading above the resistance level. All right. Now, what this means is that there are a few levels to know this. Number one is that on the day-to-day basis, on a day close, all right, that this resistance has been broken. So this is a bullish setting. Okay. Now, of course, that the resistance has just been broken this week. Okay, the start of Monday it was broken. The series of events that happened, like for example with DeepSeek, people start to get notice about for example, the Chinese AI. So we have few theme running. We have the EV stocks running earlier last week, and then we have the Baba. Okay, because it's also one of the AI that came out with one more chat, right? Similar like a chat GPT like or DeepSeek like. So that's Q, and even now I have a problem pronouncing the name. Okay, so in this case here, this time around, HSI broke above the resistance. So this is the difference. Okay, but what do you need to watch out for this time? Okay, so we know that it broke above the resistance. All right, so let me just draw this here as that resistance level. Now, what you need to take note of is that at the end of the week, the close of the week, meaning that on week close, it's above the resistance level. So the resistance level is about 21,300. So this is the resistance level. You want to make sure, all right, that the resistance level, it's broken. All right, that means that price has closed above it on the week close. So at the end of Friday, you want to know that there's no profit taking. Okay, and you want to know that even with profit taking, people are still generally willing to hold price above 21,300, which is the red line here. Okay, so this is the red line here. You want to know that people are generally willing to hold price above 21,300. Now, in this case, when you have a price retracing, a retesting back to this 21,300, you want to know that it's can rebound from that. Okay, so in this case, the key level right now is 21,300 based on this price feed. All right. Okay. As I mentioned, and I used the moving average charts to explain when HSI was here. If you have followed me, all right, then I said that there was already a bullish moving average cross. That means that price wise, okay, moving average has already crossed above. It has done a bullish cross. So in this case, even when price was retracing at that point of time, I also said that it is still on the bullish. It's just that it is just retracing, and then it just don't have that momentum to go up. Okay, so right now the momentum is up, the resistance is broken. All right, we want to know that it's 21,300 as a key support level. All right, which essentially means that if you're looking for a quick re-entry, then you want to focus on this level here, which is 21,300. And the immediate resistance would be the high point here that you're going to see, which is around here. Okay. Now, I just want to bring out that if you continue to scroll the charts, there are few resistance levels that you want to take note of. Okay. Because that's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and then there's a spike up here. So what I always say that this is the zone of levels. Okay. That means the zone of the resistance levels you want to take note of. All right, so that's the whole zone of a resistance level here. Okay, now in the zone, you want to be very careful because sometimes price can just go up a little bit, hover here, and then come back down. Okay, so it doesn't mean that upper zone right will be tested. It can be that around inside here. All right, then we're going to see some chart pattern to show that lower time frame there's a reversal. Okay, so if I'm able to update you, all right, when it happens, or if I can't, then I will probably be recording let's say a session in my YouTube, all right, channel. I'll update that. Okay, so we are going to observe what happened inside this zone here and whether there's a reversal pattern or signs of weaknesses here. Okay, we can only know when price reaches that. All right, so what is my blue line? The two sets of moving averages that I'm using, just double confirm, huh? Okay, I also can remember. It's a 21 and it's the 55. Okay, that's a 55 here. 21 and a 55. The blue one is a 55. Okay. All right, so far that's the update for HSI. Any question? Okay, no question, huh? All right. So if you do have any questions, just let me know at the chat box. Now, the second one that I want to update, right? It's this dollar yen. But before going to dollar yen, I just wanted to just do a very quick, just give me a minute, quick update, right, onto DXY. Okay, so if you are trading into Forex, then the key index that you want to take note of, right, it's actually DXY. So why is it that you want to know DXY? Because with DXY, you are able to know the support, the strength of the dollar index. So let me just quickly just bring in this DXY index here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is a chart that shows VXY. Okay, so I'm right now at the daily chart here. Now, if you look at DXY, the current trend, right, of DXY, it's still up. That means that it's still showing an uptrend here, okay, with a higher high. So this is a higher high. Just make sure that you can see my chart on DXY. DXY is a dollar index that shows the strength of dollar against the basket of currency. So this is your higher low. Okay, so this one, it's still showing here as a uptrend and support level. Okay, all right. Now, based on my support resistance here, my indicator here, it's a very strong, it's still a very strong uptrend. Okay, the only thing which I'm not very comfortable with DXY is the current pattern here. Okay, so this current pattern seemingly looks like potentially, I wouldn't say that it is a head and shoulder, okay, but that's sign that it is not as strong as the previous, correction. So usually a correction, when we know that it's strong, right, it just moves down like that and then it goes up. Okay, just go very simplified move down, in a very short duration. So this was a very short duration type of a correction. Okay, it's not that long, but this time round it's taking a little bit longer. Okay, so the implication from this is that it is still an uptrend, but it is not as strong as the previous round. Doesn't mean it's not strong, but it's as compared to the previous correction, it's not as strong because it's taking a little bit longer to move that, or rather the correction is taking a little bit longer. Okay. But all in all, from DXY, it is still showing that dollar is still strong and uptrend. Now with this, I want to come into dollar yen. Okay, so if you do, let's say, a long dollar yen, that means you buy into dollar, you sell the yen, which is called a long dollar yen. So this is a positive interest, positive swap. That means that not only that if you get your profit and loss, right? So if you continue to stay on the position, you do receive, okay, interest from it. That means that you do receive money, all right, not give out, right, but receive money from holding on to a dollar yen position. Okay, the reason is because yen, that is negative interest and dollar is positive interest, right? So you buy the dollar, you receive the interest, and you sell the yen, you actually don't give out interest theoretically, okay? But net off, you have a positive swap here, okay? So if you take a look at dollar yen, the reason why I am looking at dollar yen, bullish dollar yen. In fact, I talked about dollar yen trade right yesterday already to my community around here. Now that's because if you were to draw this technique, which is called a parallel channel. So this is the channel here. You point to the high and then to the high, right? And then you shift it lower like this, okay? Then it's moved into a very nice support area here. Okay, so all in all, if you compare into the trend, okay, of the current price movement, it's a higher low, and as well as a higher low, and then this would be your higher high. So it's still an uptrend, and it's right now at the bottom of the channel. So if you are using a like equidistance channel strategy, then the way to do it is that at the bottom would be a bullish until it goes up to the top of the channel. So at the top of the channel, we will first assume that this is a resistance level. All right. Now, when this happens, okay, if you are buying right now, then you are buying near to the bottom of the channel. All right. Now, if I were to go into a lower time frame, because usually most of the time that for the FX trade, right, I'll be going into the lower time frame to trigger a trade. Okay, then just switch this into a line chart. You'll be able to see a little bit of the double bottom at the bottom here. Okay, all right. Now, price in the short-term movement is still having a bit of a resistance, right, into this whole resistance level here. Okay, sorry for into resistance level here. Which let me just get you this one. Okay, here you go. All right, into resistance level here. But if let's say this resistance level it's broken, that means the price actually moved out of it, right? Then I think that we might have a further upside into the dollar yen. Okay, you can browse through most of the yen trades. That means that if you take a look at not only dollar yen, like for example, just any of the yen trades, the closest to it would be if you look at the recent strength of the price movement, it will be CAD yen. So it is also showing similar, a pattern, right? For example, the yen, it's near to the support level here, which is a CAD yen near to the support level. All right. And then it is still showing this upward trend here because of a higher low and a higher low. And if you were to draw in, let's say, a Fibonacci retracement from this low here to here, then you know that it's in a very nice retracement level around the 76 and the 62%. So this would be the whole zone, all right, of that support level. So same thing, if you just continue to browse through most of the yens, like for example, even with Euro yen, let me just refresh the chart and then clean away all this. you see that the yen, it's weakening, across the board with a support level here. Okay. And if you want to get the longer term perspective, then that will be the trend line that is so far, as a resistance for example, euro yen. So you probably be noting this as a possible resistance with some possible key levels around here. Okay, so the yen, at least for now, it's weakening, and then the yen pass, for example, like dollar yen, etc., it's actually going up. Okay, so that will be the second pair that I want to. I'm focusing this week. Okay, and then the next one, in case you don't have any questions, right? Let me know if you do have any questions. Just tap it there, okay? I will answer that. Next one I want to talk about is oil. Okay, oil I've been covering in my session as well. I've been covering as well as in my YouTube channel. One of things that was into oil, it's into this region again. Okay, so when we trade, right, we do trade in regions. For example, when it's at the high, we'll be looking at a sell. Okay, so that's your resistance region, right? Region. Okay, so this one, why is this into the green region? And I talked about it previously. It was because this was a support levels. Okay, and then a resistance level followed by another support level here. So price actually is right now into a support zone. All right. And we saw that this had already moved up. So if you take a look at the moving average, there was already a bullish cross here. So there was already a bullish cross. And the whole thing seemingly seems to be like a retracement, okay, of this upward movement. All right. So it's a similar, how to say, setting as what we saw in HSI. It's just the HSI, right? Same thing. It was a bullish cross, and HSI tested the support level twice. Okay, but for oil, all right, this is the first time that it is testing into the support level. Okay, the first time, right? So same thing. What I will usually do is to go into the lower time frame. So usually we go in the lower time frame, like a H4 time frame. All right, and you can see that price is generally still moving down. Okay, still moving down. But there would be a reversal. I mean, a price reversal if price can close above this level here like that. If it goes up, okay, then it will confirm that this downward movement has reversed, right? So what you can do is to wait for price to come back down here so that this becomes a support level for a re-entry into the long side. Okay, so usually this is how I would do. Go to the day to watch out for level, and then go to the lower time frame to look for a re-entry price level. Okay, so oil is something that we are monitoring this week as well. Okay, all right. And last one, anybody interested in gold, or anybody traded in gold recently? Or do you trade in gold? Because gold been something that I kept talking about in this session. Okay, so since I started last year, all right, I've been sharing and talking about gold. All right. So what is my stand on gold, right? So gold is around now at the all-time high. So there are a difference between, for example, trading into gold versus owning into gold. So when you go and own into gold, it's a different thing, right? Because that means that you are holding it for a longer period. But when you're trading the gold, you do want to know the different price level, yeah. So for example, gold, right, had a previous all-time high around here, right? So that's about 2,789. And it resisted again, and it became a support level here, right? And right now it's moving higher. Now, this candle, which is a doji candle, it's not looking very nice. Okay. Now, usually for this type of candle, let me just expand it, right? Okay, a doji candle, after a huge price movement, and especially this doji, right, it's a little bit of a long range. So the range is longer than the other prices that we've seen, okay, the other dojis. Okay, usually, when a doji is just like a minor changed pause, right, in terms of the momentum, right, it's usually a smaller, a shorter range, okay, like a narrow range type of candle. But when we see a long range type of this kind of movement, so there was a huge fight, huh? But it also means that during this candle here, there were people who bought in at the highest price. Okay. And if they were to sell now, all right, consider the price they bought in, which is average a high of 2009, for example, or maybe like 2,930. If we consider the price right now, right, it's quite far away. That means the loss is going to be quite substantial. All right. Now, hence, this type of candle will denote, right, a further fall, a further correction to the price movement. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean, when I say correction, doesn't mean that it's going to drop. A correction means that probably we're going to have a deeper type of a retracement. Okay. So all in all, gold, right, it's still in an uptrend. It's still uptrending. Okay. But it might be that we're going to have a deeper retracement. And of course, that the one key level to note, right, would be the previous all-time high, which is about 2,790 to 2,800. So that would be the key level that is so obvious that people will know. Okay. When many people knows about it, they are going to aim for this level. Okay. However, what I want to talk about now is not the obvious, but it's this level here. Okay. Now, what is this level? Now, this level is important because this level, right, it's where price had been consolidating for a few days, and then after that, right, had a huge surge. Okay, so it means that if price is to break below this level here, which is 2,881, so what this means is that whoever who bought here, right, would be losing money. Okay, if price is to close below 2,881. Okay, now this is my concept of a wash and rinse. So if you Google, you know that I'm teaching wash and rinse, and this is how we apply the wash and rinse here. Okay. So when it moved down, what this means is that this is a bearish sign, all right, because then those people who bought inside here, right, will all be losing money if it closed below. So this will denote that there could be a further correction. Okay, and of course the suspected price level, the correction will be here. Okay, so I would be noting this level here, which is about 2,880, this level, to know whether it is a support. But I want to say that gold has been one of the best performer apart from other instruments, right? But gold, all right, has been one of the nicer to move in terms of trending movement since the past 1 month. Okay. So if you had traded into gold and only one direction, which is the long side, then you'll be probably trading from about 2006 all the way to 2009, and then that would be a $300 gain, right, in just a month. Okay. Gold has already broken all-time high. It means that it is in a very strong trending situation. It hasn't shown any sign of it coming down. All right. So as I said, right, what is low-hanging fruits? You want to trade into those instruments where it has a very nice trend. All right. It's just one way direction, which is trending upwards. That's a nice trend, right? And hence take note of each of the support level, especially, all right, this support level here, which is the previous all-time high. Okay. All right. Now I come to the end of what I like to update today, which I did Hang Seng, and then I did the yen pairs, which is more into dollar index and as well as dollar yen. Then I went into oil and into gold. Any questions that you would like me to? What is the parameter? I'm using just a standard parameter because I'm most a price person. So I'm just using this as a parameter. So for example, right, stochastic is traditionally used as an overbought, oversold indicator. So this is a standard one, 1435, right? But if you do see stochastic, right, kept on trending, going flat above the 80, okay, above 70 or above the 80, right? So starting from around here to this region here, where it's still above that 80, then it just says only one thing. This uptrend, it's a very steep and strong one, okay? All right, so that's why we've been doing very well in this uptrend here. Every time it moves down, and that's history lah. Doesn't mean that history will repeat, because it's the long bar that came in already. Okay, so I explained the significance of this long bar here. Okay, so this is usually where there could be quite substantial profit taking here. Okay, all right. Okay. No other questions. I shall pass the session to Zihan. I'm very sorry that just now I didn't manage to share my screen. I thought I did, but just probably some technical stuff. Okay, thanks a lot. Back to you, Zihan.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Binni. Thanks for the very interesting session today. Okay, let me just get ready my slides. Okay, so give me a few minutes. I'll do a run through of our campaign. So presently, our marketing team has prepared this campaign for our clients. So from now until 31st March, we are giving away $500 cash credit for clients who do not yet have a CFD account and who apply for a new account before 31st of January, 31st March. So to receive the cash credit, it's very easy. All you need to do is fund the account and then do your first trade, and then you'll be receiving $100 cash credit. And then every subsequent trade after, you'll be receiving $10, up to $50 per day and $400 for the entire campaign. All right, so you can scan the QR code over here. And upcoming events this week and next week will be including the US CPI today. Street expectations are for 0.3% increase month on month. And tomorrow will be US PPI. Similarly, 0.3% increase month on month is the street expectation. And tomorrow also there'll be a US job data. And Friday, to conclude the week, there'll be a US retail sales. Expectations are for there to be flat, no change month on month. And then next week, another week of US job data on Thursday, and then the Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. Okay. And with that, we come to the end of the session. And today is the 9th session, the penultimate session. And 2 weeks later, on the 26th of February, we'll be having the 10th session. So if you're already registered, you can continue to click on the same link to come back. We'll also be sending you reminders. Oh, sorry, not sure. Okay, sorry. Let me share the screen again. So, okay, so sorry about it. Thing. So for those of you who are watching this on YouTube later, you can sign up by scanning the QR code. And if you're already registered, our team will be sending you reminders 1 day before and 1 hour before the next session. So thank you very much for your audience today. And thank you, Binni, once again. So we hope to see all of you again 2 weeks later.